just record a super quick live stream video for you. Today we're talking about what is the current state of the real estate market. Now, this is a question that I feel like even the experts have been pondering and pondering and pondering for months now, because what's happening behind the scenes and inside of the economy, it's changing week by week at this point. And it's all determinant on what the Fed does, what's happening with the interest rates, because interest rates control what? They control money circulation. So what's happening as far as the interest rates are going to have a huge impact on where we head as an economy over the next several months. Now, since about this time of last year, when the Fed decided to start QT, quantitative tightening, they sucked a lot of the liquidity out of the market, right? In its simplest form, that's my best way to describe what has actually happened. So what this has done to the real estate market is it has caused what is leading into a recession. Now, the experts won't talk about it. Government's not going to let you know, hey, we're in a recession, but we are more than 1/4 of negative GDP. And overall, this has impacted not just the real estate sector, but if you look at any economy across the world, because we're not just tied to America now, we're talking a world economy. Everyone is feeling the pain. Everyone is feeling the distress. So as real estate investors and entrepreneurs, we need to be leaning in and paying attention to what is happening here. And I believe that there is never been a better time to jump into the real estate investing industry than now. Why? Because we're going to start to see a lot of distress in the streets. We're going to see a lot of homeowners and a lot of people that are in financial hardship. And what does this mean for us as real estate investors? This means that opportunities are going to be hitting the market. And as long as we're armed with the right tools, the right skill sets, and the right community or network, then we're going to be in a position to step up and serve some of these people and also pick up some assets at discounted prices. Now, I was not in the middle of 2008 economy as a business professional or a real estate investor, because at the time my head was not on straight, right? I was a young, dumb kid that really didn't know where I was going with my life. Didn't have a whole lot of skill sets. I was working dead-end jobs back home in New Mexico, trying to figure out what I was going to do. I was like a party DJ by night, and I might work at a fast food joint or a restaurant, something during the daytime. But because of my mindset at the time, I didn't really understand what was happening in the world or the economy around me. In fact, it took me hitting rock bottom. It took me literally getting locked up, losing all freedom and all rights, right? Being locked up, coming to a place of rock bottom where I had no place to look but up. And I had to just quiet my mind, still my thoughts. And through that process of renewing my mind, the way that I thought, the way that I perceived the world, I started to be more aware of the things that were happening around me. And as I have grown and developed through this process of self-development, I've realized that in each and every one of us has our own journey, right? We're in our journey and we have our blinders on because we focus on and we see the things that are right in front of us or the things that are important. If we're working a job, we know the tasks and the things and action items that we need to accomplish in order to get where we want to be. If we got a family, we know we got to provide for our family. But just like they say, you never see the same car over and over and over again on the road until you buy one. And then all of a sudden, every other car is the vehicle you just picked up. We only see what our mind allows us to, because if we took in all these outside forces and events, it'd be too much information to internalize. So the reticular activating system allows us to focus on the things that are most important. So where I'm going with this is, as real estate investors, as entrepreneurs, we need to focus on where the market is going. We need to play ahead of the ball. We need to be playing a game of chess, not just checkers. one move to the next, but we need to be thinking into the future and seeing as a whole, where is the economy and where is the real estate market going? Now, this is some information that we've been talking about inside of our inner circle community and making sure that our network and the people closest to us, that we have the skill sets and we're prepared for what is coming. Now, what are some different strategies that could be used for maximizing profits in a recession or in a down market? And how do we implement those? So, welcome to the world of creative finance in the real estate investing space. Again, I talked about it earlier on this call, but we're going to start to see a lot of people who have a lot of distress coming across the board. And the more that we can step in a place of service to be able to help these people out, it's going to provide a plethora of opportunities for us to step into and help solve their real estate related problems. In many cases, because a lot of the money and liquidity is parked on the sidelines. Yes, we do a lot of business with big institutions, hedge funds, everything in between. But let's say that a homeowner owes a little bit too much money on the house, that putting a cash offer together is not going to make sense. Or let's say that the homeowner is stuck on a certain asking price, that in order to make that happen from a liquidity standpoint, it's just not going to work, right? So what we do in this case is we identify where the homeowner is at. And from there, we want to listen to their unique situation, listen to their problem. And as we're listening to it, we want to identify how we can serve them in this opportunity. So, example, homeowner says, I want $140,000 for a house. And this house is worth 140, 150, top of market, fixed up. Well, we can't pay full price for a house, right? Or else you're going to be underwater. You'd be out of business if you're operating at that capacity. But what if I could pay that homeowner exactly what they're asking for the house, $140,000 for this house, if I can stretch the timeline of that out over terms? I can pay anything for a house as long as I can control the terms. And what I mean by terms, if the seller is willing to sell the house over time or finance it to us at a very low, preferably a 0% interest rate, then we could pay them whatever they want for the house. I could even overpay. I could pay them above what houses are selling for in this current market, as long as they're willing to meet me paying it off over time. We consider this mailbox money for the seller, right? So perfect scenario for this, again, is a seller that is stuck on price. Nothing else matters. We all know they're not going to get top of market for a house that might be outdated, needs a little work, not sitting in the best area of town, whatever the situation might be. But if we're a deal practitioner and we have the right tools in our toolbox, well, guess what? We can come in with a creative solution to this homeowner to solve their real estate related problem that the past 5 real estate investors may have not even thought about, right? So they heard that the price is too high, seller's not willing to come down on it, so they just counted it as a dead lead. That's where a creative deal practitioner can come in order to craft a solution around the same real estate related problem. In many cases, if you're able to connect with a homeowner, right? Sales inside of real estate investing, it's a people business. We need to earn their trust and build rapport before any of them are going to consider working with us or doing business with us, right? So number 1, we got to build the rapport. 2, we got to listen to their situation, their unique real estate related problem. And 3, we craft a solution on how we can best serve this individual and how we can meet them and craft a win-win situation for every party involved. Now, the ultimate goal that I want to press onto you guys is we have to be deal practitioners. In this current real estate market, if you want to win, if you want to win more deals, if you want to win more offers, if you want to stay afloat inside of this market, you have to be able to come in with different solutions, because every single seller and every single homeowner is going to be different. And it's up to us to be able to craft an offer around their unique situation The best salespeople understand this, because real estate, if we're talking wholesaling, right? If we're just talking buy and selling, then we got two different pillars. We have marketing and we have sales. That's it. It's that simple. You got your marketing pipeline, which attracts the right clients and the right people, in this case, motivated house sellers. And then we have sales, which is just the art of building relationships, talking to people, and crafting an offer or a solution around their unique problem and situation. And if you can simplify that process, all you got to do is get in front of more sellers and provide solutions. If you come out and you seek to do that inside of your business, you're going to win every single time. But if you don't have the skill set on how to craft a unique solution for your customers, you might not even know that unique solutions are out there, right? If we're the one trick pony beating the drum on going after cash deals for this specific buyer avatar, or closing deals that just fit inside of the hedge fund buy box, well, that's great. Hedge funds are still buying houses, but we're leaving way too much opportunity on the table because we're not able to craft creative offers and solutions around different situations. And every single person, again, is going to have a different, unique type of problem that us as salespeople and creative real estate investors have the ability to solve if we're only willing to think outside of the box and be able to meet them in a place that can make sense. So I want you guys to think about that for a moment. I want you to digest that. It's a lot. It's a lot of moving pieces, but all you have to do is learn the game. All you have to do is know the various types of offers that you can put in front of these sellers. And if you know how to stretch the timeline of money out, because money, again, if we're looking at it from a standpoint of we could pay $1 million for a house as long as we could stretch the timeline long enough, right? Over, let's say, 100 years. Pay $1 million in 100 years, as long as the principal that we're paying to the seller is far enough below the monthly rent amount, well, we can put a tenant in that house, fix it up to whatever state it needs to be. We can cash flow it and pay off that debt for life. Understand the timeline of money, because over time, with inflation, the cost of real estate, it always goes up. It might dip down for a little bit, like we're all feeling the burn in this current market, but over time, real estate always goes up. So I want to press the importance into you guys on being able to look at and identify strategic deals from a different light. Okay. So the current state of the real estate market is deal up, squad up, find a group of people who have been in the game, find a community who has your back, come together with strategic partnerships who can help to edify you and build you up, who can teach you new ways of looking at deals, of structuring deals, of putting key people in place and leveraging the power of your network. Because now more than ever, it is important to make sure that we are surrounded by a group of people and a community who's got our back. No one's coming to save you. Government's not going to bail you out. They bail out the big banks and the corporations. They're not going to bail you out. If you're behind on your mortgage, I don't think we're getting a bailout there, right? The rug's been pulled out. It's time to man up, and we got to get serious about the business. And the only way we're going to do that is by surrounding ourselves with people inside of our network who can help us out. Okay? So I hope you guys are getting some value outside of that. Can I see anything in the chats? Let's see. In attendance, who do we got on board? Just says Facebook user. Love it. That's probably one of the squad. So we're using this new Restream app, and our goal is to bring some more valuable content to you guys on a consistent basis. So as the industry and the market is changing and shifting across the board, that we're able to deliver new strategies, new tools in order for you to be able to make the pivot and stay afloat through this shifting real estate market. Again, there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming on the horizon over the next several years, and you have to make sure that you're ready for it. You got to make sure that you're ready to hop on board, skill up, and get the deals done. And the only way you're going to do that is surrounding yourself with a community who's got your back and who's going to help you win. We call it winning with friends. What more could you ask for in life than crafting a business around your lifestyle, putting together and structuring deals, and then squatting up with your friends, winning with friends? I'm telling you, it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any stronger than that. If you can create a life that you never have to work a day in your life because you love what you do, I mean, that's nothing more worth living. And then at that point, you just learn the game so good that you can reach down and bring more people up. You can reach down and help to edify more people and raise the law of the lid for your community, for your people, for your family, for your friends group. And you can create win-win solutions for every single homeowner, every single buyer, every single seller that you come into contact. But it all starts with making a single decision, step up to the plate, learn the game, and surround yourself with a group of winners. So with that said, guys, get out there, stay consistent. If we have not connected personally, if you guys are leaning in and you're looking to learn the game, feel free to shoot me a message in my inbox. Love to connect. Again, we're reaching out to more people, bringing them inside of our community, grabbing them by the hands, walking through the processes, talking about different situations, different ways that we can craft creative offers for sellers, and creating an ecosystem and a space for the whole team to win. So if you're looking to get involved, you might be on your first deal, you might be on your 50th deal. If you're ready to surround yourself with a group of winners who's got your back, or we're skilling up every single day, staying ahead of this shifting real estate market, shoot me a line in the inbox. Love to connect. Love you.